The life that you want is not waiting on you to be more ready. It's waiting on you to get out of your own way. Treating every day like an off day, a free day, nothing matters, it just makes it easier to make more excuses, and eventually that just off day becomes your everyday. It becomes your normal routine. And I finally had to ask myself, is this really like the life that I want? And do I want to keep doing the same thing every day, or do I want to make a change? It is so much easier to make an excuse and to blame things outside of us rather than take accountability for what we can. When I say this, like, I know there are things like there's injustice in the world. I've had injustice towards me. Like, I feel like there have been things that have happened to me where I feel like it wasn't fair. But I know that I cannot stay stuck in the past, and this has took me so long to learn that you cannot stay stuck in the past mentally, just going over and over and over things that have happened to you, because you're giving away your power. You're giving away your mental health, your positivity, your hope. And I've had to learn how to take my power back piece by piece. And that's what I want to teach you in this video today. Sorry, I had to fix my tripod. But so I consider myself a very spiritual person, and I 100% believe like in manifestation, and like everything starts from the inside out, right? Like you gotta do the inner work to see the outer results. But a part of that is taking real accountability. And I think for a lot of us, we think that just daydreaming and wishing, a lot of us are just wishing. Okay, you think that you're doing something by wishing and praying. I'm not saying that those things don't have a part in this, they definitely do, but you just can't daydream about your dream life and just hope for when things to magically change, or just $1 million falls into your pocket. Like, yes, I mean that could possibly happen, right? But you still have to show up every day for your dream life that you want, and you still have to show up even when you fall off. Everything that you want in life is on the other side of fear. Like, I've seen that as a tattoo, and it's always stuck with me in my head because it really is so true. For me, like, I grew up really shy. I consider myself reserved, but because I'm outgoing with the people that I feel close with. But like, it took me a while to get comfortable with like just wanting to show my personality and like letting people in, even, or like it took me a while to get to a point to where I was able to show my personality regardless if someone was going to be my friend or not. Like, this is literally just who I am, and if you fuck with me, you do, and if you don't, you don't. That's fine. But it was uncomfortable, and it was scary, and like it was also awkward. But I learned that the more that you do it, the more that like it becomes normal. Like, you'll learn more tools, and like you'll learn how to react to things more. Like, I recently got a job in a club, and I'm not really used to that atmosphere, so it's very uncomfortable for me. I literally tripped on my first day. Those things just seem to happen to me. Like, I've literally accepted it. Like, I'm gonna be cringe sometimes, I'm gonna be embarrassing. Like, it literally just is what it is, and it's fine, because literally 20 minutes later I'm good. Like, it's okay, it's not the end of the world. But the reason why I took this job is because I want more money. Like, sometimes you have to do things that you haven't done. You have to be in environments that you haven't been in before. And maybe you don't like it. Maybe you realize, okay, this isn't for me, and you try something different. But if you let fear win and like you're just what's it called, just your doubtful thoughts of why you can't do something, and you stay in the same environment repeating the same patterns, like nothing is going to change. And you are just telling yourself every day that you don't do the things that you want to do, whether it be big or small. You are abandoning yourself. Also, when I was younger, because of certain situations, because of the way that I grew up, I had a lot of anxiety. A lot of anxiety. And I had a lot of anxiety when it came to driving too. Like, it really manifested when it came to me driving and just being in the car, like being responsible for other people in such a serious situation. And I literally didn't get my license until I was like 20, 21 years old. Like, I didn't get my first car until about that age too. And I used to make a lot of excuses, like, you know, I don't come from money. Like, I don't come from money at all, but I worked my butt off and I saved. Literally, like, I saved for a crappy car. My first car was such a crappy car, but I took it. And I also saved for me to go to driving school because, like, my parents were not good teachers at all. Like, it just made my anxiety worse. So I had to make that choice of like, okay, I'm literally like, I'm an adult now. Like, and I know that like a lot of people who are older like don't have their license, and like I understand like it is such a real thing, like being anxious behind the wheel. But I just wanted to make that choice of like, do I want to be the girl who always needs a ride, or like I have to pay for Uber, or you know what I'm saying? Like, I want to be a woman who lives on her own terms. Like, that is something that I have wanted since I've been very young. And I enrolled myself in driving school. I paid for it, and now I love driving. And I'm on my third car. Wait, is my third car? Yes, my third car. And it's 2024. Like, I love it so much, and I know that I deserve that car. And I love driving. I love like adventure and just doing things. And I wouldn't have got to where I'm at today if I really didn't like push myself and be like, hey girl, like you can do this. It was uncomfortable sometimes driving with like the teachers, especially like the older white male teachers who want to flirt with you, but it's like, I got it and here I am and I love driving. So, and even with YouTube or just social media in general, so many people want to be content creators, but they don't post. Like, they don't do anything at all. Like, nothing at all. You literally just act like a viewer. You just comment on other people's things. You just like other people's things. You just watch all these videos. And trust me, if you're into human design, I'm a projector. Like, I love to learn about things, and like I want to know about every single detail before I do something. That's why it took me so long with driving, and like why I went to actual driving school, because it's like I need to know. But so many people make excuses on why they can't do things, and I used to make the excuse like, okay, I'm boring, or I don't know what to post, and like just, oh, my camera, like my camera's not good enough, and I don't have a laptop. But people, like, here I am making content, and I'm growing a real community, and I love y'all so much. Like, I love like hearing y'all's comments, and I really do hope that my videos like resonate and they help you. Like, I hope that you have a positive experience from my content. And I know the people who genuinely connect with me are the ones who are watching me, and that's who I make content for. They are the people who get it. And you know, some people may think that I'm boring and they may click off the video, but you know, that's just not my audience. I'm still gonna post regardless, even though that is a fear of mine. Like, okay, people may not like what I post, but I also remember that I don't like what everyone posts, and not everyone has the confidence and the bravery to actually post anything. And another thing with social media is you really want to show up as yourself. And sometimes at the beginning it's uncomfortable. It's like I don't know how to be on camera. Like that's my whole point is I watched a whole bunch of videos on like, okay, this is what you do and like how to grow an audience, yada yada yada. And like you think that like you know, but then it's like when you actually do it, it's like you have to actually get out in the field, bro. Like you just have to get out and get the experience. Same thing with like being out in the club. It's like you are like, I was like so prepared, like, oh yeah, like it's gonna be so easy. But it's like, I've never worked this type of environment. And I walked in and I only made like $57 my first night. And that's not my usual at all. But I know that I can learn and I can get better if I can just push through this little bit of uncomfortability, like this 15 minutes, this week, this 2 months, like eventually I'm gonna be one of the top dogs here. Same thing when it comes to YouTube. Like, trust me, I still watch, and I recommend that you invest into whatever that you're trying to profit off of. Learn about it, research about it, and like learn how it works. But you also have to do the work. You have to post the videos. You have to, just try different types of content until one sticks, or just until you figure out what people like to see from you. Also, sorry if I'm like slouching. I'm trying to get better about not doing that. But I've mentioned this quote probably before, but this is another quote. I live by quotes. I literally used to have a whole book. I don't know what happened to it, but I used to have a whole book of like Tumblr and like We Heart It, like poems and quotes that I wrote down. But it was like something about like a lotus flower. It blooms even when it's in the mud, right? And I'm from Arkansas, bro. So that, if you know, you know. There's not a lot going on there. There's not a lot of wealth there. I mean, there is, but in a lot of parts of this country, there's a lot of things that are just like generational wealth, and I don't come from that. Like, my parents didn't graduate high school. They didn't go to college, bro. And I just can't make that excuse of, because I didn't come from money that I can't create money. I have to, like, you are really gonna have to rewire your brain and figure out how you're gonna make this money. How are you going to create the dream life that you want? Like, what are the steps that are going to get you there? And sometimes you will fail, and you have to accept that. Like, that is also another part of getting over the fear, is like accepting that like you may fail, but like you can also get up and try again. Fear is what keeps you stuck because you let it become your identity. Like when you think about the same things every day, like for the past 2 days, I've been just scrolling on TikTok and, just laying around. And even though I do believe in rest, like of course rest, and some of that rest was needed, but girl, you also need to be working on content and posting videos, because I want to monetize this. Like, I really want this to be something that I do every single day. Taking accountability doesn't mean that you're ignoring what happened to you and saying that it didn't happen or like it doesn't matter. It's just saying like, this is where I am. This may what have happened to me, but this is not where I'm staying, and this is not where I belong. Like, some things you really have to be like, I don't claim this for my life. Like, you may live your life this way, but I don't. You may see life that way, but I do not. Even with the gym too, I've seen so many stories of people doing the least, and they've been able to create a healthy lifestyle and get their body in shape just by eating right and just doing a few exercises, even like walking. But even for me, I prefer to go to a gym. I like getting dressed up. I like putting on my cute workout fit. I like the equipment that gyms have too, and also like you get to learn from people, and you get a little bit of socialization. Like I just prefer to go to the gym, but right now I'm not able to go to the gym, but I am going to go back to a gym. However, I literally have an apartment gym here, and girl, with all this rent that I pay, I can take myself 5 minutes down the stairs and go use the apartment gym. And the results are still very, very nice, let me tell you. You just have to get to a point to where even though this happened, like, you're gonna find a way. And the only way is forward or around it, over it, through it, like whatever you gotta do to get through it in a healthy way. Like, don't do just anything and everything, of course, but you know what you need to do to change your life. This is what separates the people who actually build things from nothing, from out of the mud, versus people who just daydream about it. Because at the end of the day, we all have dreams. We all want things. Like, all of us want like wealth and to feel freedom and, you know, to be happy, to be able to do what we want and to express ourselves. But, you know, if we don't actually put in that work or show up, like, nothing's gonna change. And you gotta be the one. You have to be your number one fan and tell yourself every day, like, you know, I can do this. I got this. And I understand life happens. Like, I still have a normal 9 to 5 along with this job and content creation, and I want to do like so many other things like yoga and stuff on the side. But like on the days where it's like I'm literally just scrolling on my phone, I have to ask myself, is this supporting the life that I'm trying to create? Like, is this really a part of my dream life? Is there anything that I can do today to support the life that I want? Whether it's I take myself on a walk, whether it's I create a YouTube video or a TikTok, if I go to therapy today, you just have to be honest with yourself. Every choice that you make is either feeding your dream or it's draining it. You work the same 9 to 5 every day and never take a chance on what you actually want to do, you will be one of those people who feels bitter older in life. Like, because you never believed in yourself, you never even let yourself have the chance to try. Even if you failed, you never gave yourself the chance to get back up again and again and again and again. And one of my favorite quotes by Michael Scott from The Office is like, whenever I think he's getting, I don't want to spoil it, so spoiler alert if you haven't watched The Office, but like you really should have by now. It's been out for so long. But Michael, he's like getting fired, I think, or something like that. And someone's like telling him off, and he's like, it doesn't matter because I will just open another paper company and another one and another one and another one. Like, he has that spirit of like, no matter what life throws at me, like no matter how many disadvantages that I receive, and like I know that like those disadvantages, like they're frustrating and like it's really sucks ass sometimes, and like you deserve to be angry and upset about those things, but really learn to alchemize those things to your benefit and like do what you gotta do to get to where you want to be. Nobody is perfect when they do things for the first time, but you do have to be intentional, and you won't always feel ready. Like, I don't think people will ever feel ready. Like, whenever I go to a job interview, I feel like I always get so nervous. I always get anxious. Like, oh, I'm not ready. But it's just like, girl, you just have to do it. Like, Just don't, like, the more you put it off, the more stress and worry you put on yourself, the more you abandon yourself, your inner child, your inner teenager, like the present you. And you can still, like, be brave while being scared. Like, those things can coexist at the same time. These cycles are going to repeat until you decide that it's time to break them. And I really do believe that life happens in cycles. Like, you will recognize, if you have discernment and, you know, if you're smart, you will recognize, like, okay, these things continue to happen to me. Like, these people continue to treat me this way, and you have to choose, am I going to follow in this situation, or am I going to lead this situation? Because trust me, you have so much more power than you give yourself. Like, actually try and have a little bit of faith and tell yourself, like, okay, I have more power in this situation, and see what actually happens. Like, do you want to keep making the same choice that you've been making for 7 cycles, for 7 years? Or do you finally give yourself the permission to be brave and to try something different and be open to change, be open to uncertainty, be open to being uncomfortable, and also know that even though you will never feel ready and prepared to be uncomfortable, just expecting it just even a little bit in your brain. Or, like, I don't want to tell people to expect to be uncomfortable in things, but it's just like, when you're trying to grow, just know, like, you may be a little bit embarrassed, you may feel a little bit cringe when you try something for the first time, and that is okay, and it's normal, and it is part of the process. And please do not let it stop you from getting back up and trying, no matter what age you are, no matter what the circumstance. Like, just try. You just gotta decide and show up. So yeah, guys, that's really all I have for this video. I really hope that you liked it. I hope that you, like, learned something from it, and let me know in the comments, like, how are you showing up for yourself? Like, what's something that you've been really scared to do? Maybe, like, to say, to try. Maybe it's moving to a different place, trying a different job. I really want to hear from y'all. And yeah, just thank you guys so much, and I will see you guys in the next video. Until next time, trees, no leaves.